Hello, everybody, and welcome to my next project, Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. This has been a project that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, and this is, if not one of my, it is, if it's not it is one of my favorite games of all time, or at least a part of one of my favorite gaming series of all time. But without further delay, let's start a new game. Not on that file, let's go with that file, since don't want to erase my 100% save.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Ow! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go! Misty Island!
That's right! And then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man! Are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Collect-a-thon, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the 3 sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it, if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or 2 stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? 'Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Okay. Long intro scenes aside.
You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
Apparently.
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
And welcome to Geyser Rock, also known as Tutorial Island. So, just to give a brief history lesson, there's no tutorials gone over here, but Jak and Daxter is a 3D platformer collect-a-thon that was on the PlayStation 2, and I am playing on the PlayStation 3's Jak and Daxter collection, basically a HD remastering. And I have to say, this game shows its age, but it still looks good. The only place looking at that intro scene that I was like, wow, this game is old, is Samos's teeth. His model doesn't quite work as I remember it, but everybody else looks really good. But anyway, simple. The controls are simple. X to jump, square to punch, circle to do a spinning punch attack, and triangle goes into this first-person mode, which doesn't really have any use at the moment.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
I said this was a collect-a-thon, so it's collecting. But this is just a simple little place to show you how it goes. The items I'm collecting, the game hasn't explained it, but I will, is green eco. This is essentially life energy.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-grav zoomer.
And we get power cell collect. And get used to that scene. We'll be seeing that a lot. And yes, I understand autosave. Thank you for that. Watch that.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
And this is basically our version of the ground pound.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
So Jak had the basic controls I showed earlier, or the controls I showed earlier, the punch, the spin punch, are what I call the basic controls. And there's also, if you press the bumpers, you can duck. If you press the triggers, you can get your item screen, your inventory screen. And that's basically that. And moving is just moving around. Moving the camera, I can zoom in and out, which is not as helpful as you would think it would be. But there's also what I'd call the advanced controls, which is, like Samos explained, the dive attack. Essentially our ground pound. There's also the double jump, which I've done unknowingly, and you can grip onto walls. There's also the spin hover, just gives you a little bit more airtime. There's one of my personal favorites and something you'll see me use a lot is the roll jump. Is the fastest way to move. And it doesn't have any annoying sound effects outside of a whooshing sound. Let's see, there's also the sky uppercut, which can break those, apparently. I did not know that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you could only break the red boxes with the dive attack, so that's cool. And we get... There's actually a couple of these different victory pose animations.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
Apparently my screwing uppercut was not enough for him, so...
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
I'm trying to be quiet whenever they are having a talking scene, just because one of the things I love about this game the most is just the characters. And so, to talk over them would be kind of a disservice, in my personal opinion. So, break open those, grab a few power cells, and let's boost! But like Samo said, this is Blue Eco, and you basically go extra fast.
Notice how each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
That is true. Unfortunately, while Jak is powered up with Blue Eco.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Unfortunately, when Jak has Blue Eco, normally his controls are actually really good and really solid and tight. When he's channeling Blue Eco, it gets a little slippery. I'm not gonna lie, I never noticed it before. Yep. I knew it. I felt myself missing. But yeah, you can kind of see me on the turns slipping around a little bit, which I don't remember, but it was probably there. Speedrunning tactics.
That's a Blue Eco vent. more concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
If you look down below, there's a handy little gauge right there, telling us just how long we have to use the blue eco. And like we saw earlier, open this and we get another power cell. Very, very nice.
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to open. With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
These drums, when I was a kid, I swore that if you did the dive attack, you got more height. I don't think they actually do. I think your dive attack, if you are holding the jump button when you land, you'll actually go higher. It's actually really good.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos, or one big green one to increase your health.
We saw a big green eco earlier during our little blue eco run.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
I don't know why that tutorial comes so late. And that's 50 precursor orbs in Geyser Rock. So, there's a couple more special commands that there are. There's crouch and square, or the straight punch, will give you the uppercut, and pressing the jump button will give you a high jump. You cannot double jump during the high jump, so nothing you really ever need. It's just nice to know. I think it's ridiculously high. Oh yeah, it's way higher than me ever did. Grab this. And, oh crap, want to ride that down. And now that we have all the power cells here, all the scout flies and all the precursor orbs, going to push the button. And if we wanted to, we could use this to go back. But this episode is, I don't know. You know what? We'll at least show this next cutscene. And then maybe one more after that. And we can we only have the Green Sage's hut. Because like Samos said earlier, no other warp gates are available, so...
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Did I mention I love this game? Like, seriously? the charm and character. The characters are just amazing, and the game is just so full of charm. And the humor is this is one of the game series that really changed my humor. And Daxter is probably one of my favorite characters in gaming. And we can talk to Kira.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-grav zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
You don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
A-grav zoomer and this device, which will come in handy at another time. But Sandover Village. Beginnings of our adventure in the world of Jak and Daxter. And that's going to be the end of the first episode of this series. I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, when we're going to explore...
Power cells to fuel the heat shield.
We're going to explore Sandover Village and more of the areas of this world. Until next time, everybody, boom, bye!